Hi guys, Dave Pinson, moving to the Philippines. Today I want to talk about Filipino time. What is that? Filipino time. It's something you'll hear in the Philippines, and everybody knows what it means. It means things don't happen here on time, ever, hardly ever. Um, Let me give you an example. Let's talk about this for a minute. Let's get into it. And first of all, again, I'm not. I don't know. Some people think I'm just here to complain about. I'm not complaining about the Philippines. I'm just telling you this is the way it is here. My sister, Lord rest her soul, was on Filipino time. She didn't even know it. She was always late to everything. Whenever my mom would always joke, and I would do the same thing. Whenever you had like a family, like a gathering, a picnic, or anything, you would always a party or whatever people coming over. You would always give her the wrong time. If it started at 3, you would tell her it started at 2, and then maybe she'd show up by 3. But in the Philippines, that's common. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. I have a Bible study at my house. It's supposed to start at 6 p.m. Some people show up at 7. Some people show up at 6:30. Right? Always. Now, I don't usually say people show up late for church. That's one thing. But everything else is always Filipino time. I'm going to build you a house. It's going to take me 8 months or 15 months. And part of that is there's a Filipino time. That's why I read somewhere, one of these things, maybe like a channel like this or something, the guy was saying, or the person was saying, don't try to think you're in the U.S. or Europe or I always say U.S. and Europe, also New Zealand and Australia. I don't want to leave them out, or Africa, South Africa. I don't want to leave anybody out. But let's say you're from another place, where like in the U.S. you make a list of 5 things I'm going to do today, like it's your day off, and I'm going to do these 5, and you can get those 5 things done, right? That's why you make the list because you just want to make sure you do them in order. I got. They said in the Philippines, one thing. If you get 2 things done in a day, that is a full day because it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. Here, let me give you another. Let me give you another another good example. Doctor's appointment. I got a doctor's appointment. Okay, we don't want to just show up because it might take forever, right? So we call the doctor. We make an appointment, or a lot of times they're not responsive to phone calls, but they're usually responsive. So we send a text. Okay, we want to see a doctor. Here's what's going on. It's usually we have a doctor, but if it's not a new doctor, whatever. And they say, okay, what's your name? Okay, your name is Pinson. Okay, so we'll see you at 3 o'clock on Tuesday. So you show up at, like me, I show up about 15 minutes early. I always show up early. That's just me. So Filipino time is something that took me a while to get used to. Hopefully I'm used to it now. Anyway, so I show up at 15 minutes before the time, but I'm still going to sit there for an hour sometimes, even though I had an appointment, because that's the way it works. Because that's the way it works. For that's just the way it works. I can't really explain it. Some people say in the U.S. doctors are always late. I had Kaiser Permanente in Southern California, and I didn't find that to be the truth. Not where I was. Now maybe, and I know some people have said, well, I had an appointment. Sometimes 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late. But usually everything was on time. But sometimes it'd be late, 15, 20 minutes late, right? My dental appointment, same thing. It was really good dentist, really good dentist. I mean, I love my dentist. Things are working out well, even though I lost my teeth. That's my fault, not his fault or her fault. I have a female also. Um, but even then, I show up. Okay, 9 a.m. So I show up again at 8:45, and then probably about 9:45, 9:30. I'm getting in there maybe, and they're on time. Those guys are on it, right? So you have to get used to Filipino time. So whatever you're doing, if it's a project, if someone says I'll be there at 3 o'clock to clean your air con, then they might show up at 5. But it's normal. So that's the thing I'm trying to say. It's normal. So not everything is Filipino time. Like we order stuff off Lazada. Lazada is like a kind of like an Amazon Philippine version. And if it says it's going to be there this day, then it's there that day. But so at least that's usually correct. But everything else, I mean, everything else is. So you just have to get used to Filipino time. So you have to relax. I think that's how I say it. I can never know if it's relaxa, relax ka, or relax lang. Maybe relax long. But there's a little word they put at the end of the word that's in a different language. I think it's long. It could be sa. So just relax. You need to relax, guys, because you're on Filipino time now. Because you live in the Philippines. So take a breath, right? And you get used to it, because that's the way it is. And the people here are patient in that way. Many ways they're not patient. Like when you're driving, most people are like, look at it, they're always trying to get in front of you, and but when it comes to Philippine time, people are used to it. You don't see a lot of complaint. You do, I talked about high pride the other day. You do see some people like people that are professionals, people that have good money, or sometimes people that are just older and they have that senior discount. That senior, you get ahead of the line. Some of those people can be pretty patient, but for the most part, just Filipino time, guys. Yeah, okay, it'll happen. When's it gonna happen? I don't know. We're still waiting on this building down there, but Filipino time. Maybe 1 year's 3 years. I hope not. God bless you guys. Ta ta. Ta ta for now.